Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Glad to have you. We have been playing quite a bit of Timberborn, and I saw this new cycle game on sale on Steam, and I thought it looked up my alley, so I figured I would give it a try. Um, we have quite a few Timberborn series going on right now. That is going to remain my focus. This is just kind of when I need a break from Timberborn right now, since there are 3 ongoing series of Timberborn going currently. I do want to cut that down to probably one of a game at a time because my mind is getting a little confused between the Timberborn playthroughs. So I think it's going to be one Timberborn in the future. It's probably still going to be a focus because I know that's what got a lot of my current audience. But I am going to dabble in new games too. I have never touched this game, so I guess let me ask you this now. If I pick up a new game that I want to show you guys, do you want me to do research or do you want me to go in blind? This one is going to be blind, but in the future, if you would prefer me to know a little more about the game, and not just be completely lost, or would you rather watch me try to figure the game out? Please comment your preference on the new games down there. And without further ado, let's get this started. Probably campaign. Oh gosh, I don't know. Let's see. Underground resources are somewhat scarce. Access to open sea offers alternative solutions, especially for food and water production. Balanced habitat. Okay. It looks like this one even has less mineral deposits in the meadow, which they said was scarce anyway. Okay, and Green Cape. The Fertile Cape has abundant resources and clear sky. This region where atmospheric changes have yet to be felt intensely is reminiscent of the good old days of the planet. Okay. Less space for settlement and few sources of drinking water. Okay, so I don't know. I think just for this time, let's start with meadow because it has a lot of settleable area. Difficulty normal. We'll just leave everything at the base. Base settings reduces screen brightness, disables flashing lights, and turns off effects like flares and bloom to minimize eye strain. I'm gonna leave that off for now, but if you guys would like eye friendly mode, let me know. I don't think I want edge scrolling. Let's see. So let's see what this game's about. The first launch may take some time. Please wait. Well, this is the first launch, so we shall see. Okay, I did not skip anything in that. That was not bad for a time frame. Okay. First things first, we pause it. We look around a little bit. First step, choose a location. Okay. Um, hmm. Okay, so right now, right click is drag around the map and middle mouse button is adjust the camera. That is opposite from Timberborn and a lot of games I play. I think I'm going to change that if I can. Let's see. Rotate. Let's do right. Camera drag movement. We'll put that on middle mouse button. Okay. So now we have the same as Timberborn. For that, anyway. All right, resources. We got logs, stone, iron ore, mushrooms, meat, water, simple meal, lumber, iron ingots. We had iron ore, right? Yep, okay. Basic tools, rawhide, clothes, clay, paper, and electricity. All right, choose a location. So we click that. Let's see. We've reached into the unknown. We've reached this unknown land after a long journey. It seems isolated, safe. We hope it'll offer enough resources for a new start. Choose the most suitable spot to settle in the area and guide us to set up our base camp. Go to the buildings menu, select main hall, and place it in the desired location. Main hall, okay. It's a stone deposit there. We got some trees. Iron deposit there. Is this something? What if I hold Alt? Nothing really happens. Okay. Are there any layers that I can turn on? Railway. Okay, interesting. Pipeline. Ooh. So you can have it show more materials. There's a lot more materials. Okay. Whoa, we unpaused the game somehow. Photo mode. Menu. World map? Doesn't seem to do anything. I was trying to see if there was any layers we could turn on that could like show us like if there's any water. Okay. Here's kind of what I'm looking for, I guess. Logistics. Default layer. Okay, so just up here basically. Water layer. What does that tell us exactly? Some places have water on the map. Is that just how much rain falls in that area? If there's lots of it, is it more? I'm not sure. We will have to figure that out. Wind layer. Okay, spots that are particularly windy, they choose an electrical symbol and then a wind symbol here. So I assume that's for like wind turbines and windmills and such. Okay. Mining layer. What is that showing us other than the default layer? Just makes it look more brown. This map was supposed to be rare, like scarce on underground resources. So maybe that's why we're not seeing much with the mining layer, perhaps? That could be. That could be. Drilling layer. Oh, we got some oil over there. Probably don't need that right away. Fertility layer. Okay. So we got some areas that are fertile over here for crops, and some over here. This middle area here doesn't seem all that fertile. I would guess we probably want to be somewhere near a fertile area and probably somewhat decent amount of water, perhaps. What do we got for a water layer over here? It's pretty dry over here, but it is fertile. Not much for like stone and such over here either, it seems like. What's that? Is that an iron deposit? Indeed it is. I might be overthinking this, but I'm just trying to get a lay for the land here. These look like stones. Are they not mineable stones? Kind of seems like not, which seems odd. If we hold down shift, we get to scroll faster. Iron deposit. Thought I saw a stone deposit. Okay, so these ones are stone deposits. But then there's just random stones that are not deposits. Seems a little odd. Well, I'm sure we're going to need wood, too, and stone early on. So let's go ahead and just look at the water layer again. Yeah, there's some fertility around here, it looks like. Some more over that way, but there's some water over there. I saw stone deposits, iron deposit, and water kind of over here. So that seems fine to me. Let's give that a try. Okay, so we got a grid to place things on. Tab is to switch mode, which turns on the grid and changes. Okay, R rotates at 90. Is this going to change like my whole grid? Like if I have it off, okay, no, if I hit tab, it locks it onto a pre-made grid. I can switch it to be off of that grid. I probably won't do that though. Because I like my grids. Actually. So there's an iron deposit there and stone deposit over here. And a pretty big open area right here. So main hall. Let's try right here. What are these? Are these workers? Not sure. Worker stats. Okay, let's see what the welcome to new cycle message is all about. Welcome to New Cycle. You are now the governor of this little community. It's been nearly half a century. Solar flares. Okay. In the initial moments of the catastrophe, we lost our entire technological infrastructure. Okay. Following years were humanity's darkest, having to wrestle with constant impossibility and despair, from battles fought with sticks and stones to nuclear wars. We ended up destroying ourselves, what little the sun had left for us. Okay. Let's rebuild everything from scratch. Okay. Rediscover our lost knowledge. Explore new surroundings to create new possibilities. We have to find, beyond merely surviving, we have to find a way to securing our next generation, by whose time the world may not be habitable anymore. We don't know how we can preserve life as we know it, but we can at least help build something that we may call home. We're gonna start with the tutorial. It's my first time playing. Okay, Chief, living so long as nomads, we feel ready now to build simple shacks at the least. We want to settle down here with more durable shelters, workplaces, and storage depots. And for that, we need to get our hands on a bunch of local resources. We can get started by collecting whatever's around. Primitive structures made out of logs and stone will do for a start. You can gather these by building a field camp close to forests and rock formations. Seems reasonable enough. Still paused. Okay, so it just has an area around it. Okay. So this is really good for logs over here. And good for stone and logs. How much resources does it cost to build a? Costs only 14 logs out of the 128 we have. I think it makes sense to have one that's really close to all of these logs. That makes sense to me. And then have another one. It's got to be, oh, tier 2 buildings. Okay, interesting. It's there. Okay. At least it highlights the stone formations for me when we have this up. Okay. So maybe I was looking at this stone pile, but maybe this one, since it's also got the iron. Yeah, since we're mostly looking for stone right now, this has more stone. So looks like it's got 4 lines, bips, blips, whatever you call those, pips maybe. And this one only has 3 for stone. So that one's pretty good. This one's got 4 as well. Okay, so I do think we'll go here that has the 4 pips for stone. Here it also has 5 for logging. Kind of like that. Okay, so let's unpause it. Let's look at these worker population management. Worker, our most important goal is to meet the needs of our people, improving their living conditions and enable them to look ahead with confidence is essential to succeeding beyond survival. They got health. We got a population. We got morale and efficiency. Good morale. Workforce is all normal. Okay. Water needs 70 per day distribution rate. Interesting. Okay. Craftsman. Okay. And specialists. So this must be craftsman and specialist then, maybe? Yes. All right, so we start off with 35 workers, it would seem. Are they all in this main hall? Yes, it would appear so. Okay, we can even click on them and get info on them individually, like a name. Not working. Okay. Pause again. I want to look at this main hall again. Uh, Cycle 1 has not been reached. Okay. I don't know why some of these are highlighted. Okay, they're not researched. But we don't have any herbs, it seems, so it's kind of curious that it even shows up. It's highlighted. We don't have simple meals either. Okay. Oh, this cycle has been reached. We're on cycle 2, New Iron Age. Oh, it's shacks. Okay. Interesting. Actions? Okay, emergency work shifts requires tools. Minus morale, plus 40 workforce. Okay, minus some health. Inpatient rest leave, a good sleep and the relief of having no work to do next morning. Patients are allowed to rest. Medicine consumption per person is doubled and the recovery chances of seriously ill patients is increased. Okay. Interesting. I'm sure we'll get more into these stats. Oh, we'll have to think of a camp name too. Let's unpause it. I assume, yep, 1, 2, and 3 are the speeds. Oh, they just built camps themselves and the main hall. Okay. Quick tip, you can change game speed by using the above panel buttons or hitting 1, 2, 3. I said that right as that popped up. That's kind of funny. Okay, so it looks like this field camp can employ separate woodcutters and stonecutters. So having them have access to both isn't a huge issue because we can just assign to both of them, I guess, separately. Okay, so then that brings down my total available workforce. Got it. Trying to produce stone and logs. Knowing that, we might look to build a third one over here. They're not that expensive. And then we can have, like, this has a good range of resources. And knowing that it doesn't split the available workforce at that field camp between the resources, you can put more people in there. I assume you'll be able to put now 9 workers in here, 3 for iron, 3 for stone, and 3 for logs. That's what I believe is going to happen. Oh, 0.1 times. No, we don't need that for sure. Oh. We're on 2 times speed right now. Okay, and it shows which resources these are making. Available resources 780. A lot more resources here. Okay. New coding material available. I didn't see what that said actually. Tutorial step 1 complete. Okay, this is built. We don't have the iron miners unlocked yet. Okay. Off to a promising start, Chief. We may go on gathering nearby resources for a while. We should focus on producing more complex materials by processing the raw ones. Okay, so build some lumber. So some lumber mills. Okay. That seems perfectly reasonable. Let's put some of these workers here. Why does it say 33? Oh, workforce. Okay. So a third of the available workforce. All right. So production, a lumber mill. Because this was kind of our main camp for that. And it looks like some of these logs we can just build right over. I mean, stone. Can we have them like directly connected like that? Does that help or make any sense? I don't know. So I would assume that the workers that don't have a different job are basically like free workers and thus are construction type people. That's what it seems like. Anyway, let's speed that up again. I see an amount of knowledge here. And we just gain them from society. Okay. While I'm reading this, let me pause it. Production buildings are the most important structures of the city. You can choose the product you want the current building to create here. Building can only create one type of product at a time. Click to continue 1 out of 5. Target product, okay. Filler rates. Production calculation, the amount of resources and time required. Okay. The general efficiency value of a building's operating class affects these variables positively or negatively. In addition, the workforce value determines the speed of production according to the required amount of working people. These two variables can be affected by technology, social events, and environmental factors. Certain classes of society become the operating labor force of certain production buildings according to their abilities. Some buildings require cooperation from other classes besides the operating class. Okay, so you might need specialists, craftsmen, workers. You might need multiple. Status notifications. Makes perfect sense. Not connected to a road, it said. That looks like a road symbol. We don't have them. Well, it looks like we need. That's eating into our workforce. Let's see, this could make lumber, firewood, or paper. Not unlocked yet for firewood and paper. Makes sense. Does this have seasons? Yes, we're in spring currently. Okay. So select a resource. I have to select that. Okay. So it loses workforce like efficiency because it's not connected to a road. Okay. New coating materials available. I don't know where these coatings are. It seems like it's kind of like aesthetics, maybe? No water distribution. I bet we need a well, but we don't even have that. And I don't know where to research new things yet. Development required establishment? Okay. I don't know what establishment means. Hopefully we'll find out soon. Maybe it's progressing in the current objectives. Tutorial step 2 complete. Pause it while that like kind of loads and okay, there we go. Road. Labor operation is harder to perform in a settlement without roads. Build a road between the lumber mill and the main hall. Sure. I'm down to do that. Oh, by pressing the tab key, you can switch between building grid-based linear roads and freeform curved paths. I will likely be using mostly the grid-based ones. Occasionally, the freeform will be nice, but I like my grids. Okay. What's the difference? Makes city planning easier with its wide area. Oh. Oh. And they cost the same? I'll just go with the normal. I assume that arrow right here is like access point. Oh, and it just builds it. Okay. Okay. Tutorial step 4 complete. Excellent. Okay, water. People are the most significant resource for a settlement. We must respond to a wide range of demands. Start by constructing a well to meet our need for clean water. Build a well. Cleaner wells will help to meet our clean water need. However, they can be affected by seasonal changes. Okay. The water layer tells the water richness of an area. Okay, so there's like no water here. There's a little water here, and there's a lot more there. Even this well itself is better than this one. So I wonder, maybe we put it right here to get both of these. Seems reasonable to me. It's now summer, I guess. Interesting. We'll turn to dust if we don't have more water soon. Well, we're working on it. Hurry up and go construct the well, and we won't be having this conversation. We don't have any food either. I think like development required establishment is just waiting for the tutorial, basically. How did it say tutorial step 4 before step 3? Now we need our daily bread. Okay, we need food. Gathering camp and start stockpiling raw food. Okay, no mushrooms over here. Okay, there's a food layer. Why wasn't I able to see a food layer? Isn't one of these options? Take it those are herbs? Yes, they look like herbs to me. Meat, but we want to collect mushrooms, and we got some over there. We're actually pretty far from a lot of mushrooms. Oh, wait, there's 2 of them right there, so that's a good spot to get some mushrooms, it looks like. So let's start with that, because that's what we're supposed to focus on gathering. Not connected to a road, okay, but it doesn't look like we need to actually put any workers in there. And they automatically connect power lines too. That is interesting. What are these? Working on construction. Okay, yeah, get to work. This is at 3 times speed. 1 time speed is just so slow. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be going much faster than that. When you zoom in, it actually does look pretty fast, but zooming out, it takes them a while to cover the area. Strangers, a group of travelers. The more our settlement grows, the more attention we'll get from passersby. The more people will be willing to join us. More frequently and in larger groups. Sure, we'll take them in. Okay. Gained 5 new workers. Gatherer, yes. We need some of them. Oh, and those are herbs. Meat, rawhides, fish. Okay. Is it going to say something like it's not connected to a road? Pause, resume. Oh. Time to cook proper meals. Build a soup kitchen. Produce simple meals. Okay. We can do that. I was just going to look at what this is. Demolish. And that looks like maybe upgrade. Not sure if... Okay, it doesn't seem like the camps need a road connection for efficiency. Production soup kitchen. Requires basic construction. How do we get basic construction? Development tree? Aha! We have to start the research. It costs 50 knowledge and 24 lumber. Gives us stockpile, soup kitchen, and simple meal. Yeah, we want that. Community knowledge. Okay. That's an interesting way to do it. Just having more people means people can discover things on their own. And I'm sure like craftsmen and specialists probably produce more research just because they're not as much the manual labor types. So they have more time to think maybe and ponder. So if you're busy doing back-breaking labor, it's hard to really think about how can I produce a better way, make a better way to produce electricity. All right, production, soup kitchen. I'm going to put it near the main hall. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Let's rotate it. Right there, why not? Need stone and lumber. And we are doing very good on both stone and lumber. I wonder if I build this over here, if we'll be able to get those simple meals again. Okay, rain. You can manage the day-night cycle from the time indicator in the main UI panel. Time, okay, right there. Okay. So it just affects what it looks like. It would appear. And we could pause the day-night cycle. Yeah, it's just determining how the game looks. Yeah, yeah, let's make it noon. Now that's kind of bright, actually. Those are really long shadows. Let's just turn it on, let it do its thing. Although at triple speed, that really makes the day-night cycle go fast. Yikes, was that snow? It's autumn? Uh, Simple meals. Mushroom soup, fried meat, poached fish, or vegetable stew. We don't have any vegetables, but we do have mushrooms, so huzzah! Okay, yeah, I think I'm just gonna pause the day-night cycle and have it maybe be afternoon. Just to keep the shadows from moving around so much. Because it looks like the days go by pretty quick anyway. I don't feel like we really need the shadows moving around. Okay, tutorial step 6 complete. Population management. In a badly managed community, unrest, disease, and deaths and disintegration will quickly take hold. Okay, explore population management. That's up here? Okay. Here you can view the overall status of the community in detail. The most important element of the management of the settlement is its people. Yes, yes, yes. Morale and efficiency. Okay, keep them high. Daily supply distribution needs according to your settlement's production capabilities in a sustainable manner. Society whose needs are met breeds high motivation, good health, and uninterrupted work. Sure. Okay, the class, that makes sense. Population. Okay. Only adults can be recruited as workforce. Children, sick, and retirees cannot work, but they'll still need certain resources. Makes complete sense. Supply. You can manage the basic needs of social classes here. Supplies for needs such as food, water, clothing, and tools. Okay. Daily average consumption per person. Here you can manage the rate at which supplies are to be distributed to each class. Okay. So you can give the workers less than the craftsmen potentially. You'll get a satisfaction result according to the rate at which you meet your society's needs, which will form the basis of morale. Okay. Sure. Workforce and efficiency of each class are the two most important indicators that shape life in your settlement. Workforce indicates how much or how long your working classes will operate. It is very important to manage this variable according to current conditions and needs while balancing the flow of production and life. Long working hours can cause low morale, and even if this is accounted for, remember that exhaustion can lead to sickness or an increase in workplace accidents. Efficiency is calculated based on the morale of the community and is the basis of production rate calculations for the operating class in production buildings. Sure. Okay. So I can just drag this. Okay. So that will make me lose. That symbol must be morale. Yep. But it increased my production rate. Okay. Low morale. If I do this, it will boost morale some. Regular and normal is different. I feel like those are synonyms. Those words mean the same thing, shouldn't they? Okay, we can edit the water we're giving. Let's give a little extra water. Try to get the distribution up. Low distribution increases chance of sickness. Food. We don't have a whole lot of simple meals. It looks like they can't eat basic like mushrooms. Distribution. Instead of medium, let's try regular. Then it won't be affecting morale. Okay. I don't know. Let's try that. I feel like we will need like another well here, and it also looks like we're into winter. At last, our settlement resembles a home. Everyone has a job, something to offer to our society. We're producing food, water, and construction materials. Yeah. Proportions represent how much of a consumable is used per person in a day. We must respond to every need, but decisions about each proportion should be made according to our resources and production capacity. General level of morale will be generated by what gets distributed. Sure. At what rate and how successfully? Okay. Set ration distribution to regular. Distribute rations successfully for 2 days. Okay, I think that's literally what we just did. We did. That is funny. I wonder if having these free workers, these unoccupied workers, is what distributes the resources effectively. Because it seems like you can fail to distribute them everything successfully the way that you intended. Um, yeah, I don't think that water is infinite there, so I think we're gonna tap into this water source too a little. Can we get both of those? Okay, we can, but it's already tapped into, so it looks like not really. Try building another well. We're a little low on the water, and we decided to give extra consumption. Yeah, we're consuming more than we're producing. So that's no good. Let's actually lower that back down to just regular, because that's only 88 per day, and then we're actually producing a little more until we get that other well up and running. We do need workers here gathering the mushrooms. We don't have a hunter unlocked yet. Okay. Not available this season. Okay. Understanding overview. Sure. Health. The subject we should pay the most attention to. Examine the factors affecting public health. Where do we see public health? Overview here? Health. Okay. Very low. Food quality is low. Food distribution rate. Water distribution rate. Okay, we're missing clothing. Housing isn't doing so good. Medication. Season is really affecting things. We definitely need more housing. It would appear. And that makes sense to me. It is winter. There's special interventions you can use whenever you need. Main hall and click actions. Okay, we did already take a look at those. Main hall actions. Rest, leave, and emergency work shifts. We don't have the tools for that though. We would lose workforce, but gain 20 health, and we are pretty low on health. So I guess let's try the inpatient rest leave. Step 10 completed the tutorial. Awesome. Okay. Did we just basically finish their tutorial? All right. So we can't gather mushrooms in this season. And we need... It'd be nice if we could get meat. Okay, we need cycle 2, a new Iron Age. Do we need all of these first? Is that what it is? A shack, household depot, and firewood. Okay, it's winter. I feel like that is definitely time to be researched. What is this? Where non-essentials needed for residential use are stored and distributed. Distributes firewood, pottery, and soap. Okay. And there's the shack. Okay, we have shacks now. Excellent. It can contain up to 10 people. We have 44. So, that in mind. Oh, it deselects. What if I hold down shift? Will it still? Aha, it does not. I don't know if putting them right next to the town, this main hall, is the play necessarily, but it's what I'm doing. And I am going to make a dusty road in between here. Don't know if that's necessary or not either. I figure it can't hurt. Besides the limited amount of resources it seems to cost. Do not like that those did not connect very nicely, though. Perhaps now? This corner still looks... Well, quite frankly, it looks awful. So does this one. Okay, I have to, like, make it drag around to be a connected corner. Okay, I feel like we made, like, 7 roads on top of each other. Yeah, we did. I don't know if we need that road. Do I get resources back if I destroy it? Unkept promises. Consequences of not fulfilling your promises can be mild or severe depending on people's morale at the time. What's the point of increasing food shares if some of us don't even get a bite? We don't have enough food to meet the ration distribution you've set for the population. Giving us false hope won't benefit anyone. I will reassess the situation. Temporary hang in there. Achieve at least 90% success rate. I will reassess the situation. Okay. So let's go to that soup kitchen. We can produce 16 a day. And we're using 35 a day. That's no good. Even if we set it to 18, we're not producing that much. We have to set it to low, I think. It's not going to be great. It's going to hurt our morale, but to meet it, I think it's the reasonable thing to do. Maybe we build another soup kitchen. I wish we could assign workers here before it was finished. Let's go ahead. Can we make firewood at the lumber mill now? We can. We're a little short on lumber. We might need another lumber mill, actually. I think having two of them would be a good idea. Because I do think we need some firewood. But I don't think we can stop producing our lumber entirely. See, it's already showing the 0 out of 4, but it won't let me change that, it seems. Oh, here are some... Okay. And will that just stay on that building? Okay. I guess that can be helpful, but is there a way to just say, no, thank you, I don't want to show it? I don't want it to be displayed anywhere. Okay. So we got these shacks now. Health is still not great. Water is going up. That second well we made, we did build a second well, right? There it is. We did put, oh yeah, we don't need a workforce for the wells. So maybe we can go ahead and bump up the water distribution. Because we're producing 168 a day. Yeah, let's do that to help with the morale. And I want simple meals. Fried meat would be great. We don't have hunters available yet. Since we have all three of these, does that mean... Why is it spinning? Development complete? Why can't we do cycle 2 yet? Let's see. So enter cycle 2, which unlocks new tiers of research. We need another shack. We needed 2 soup kitchens and 2 lumber mills. We were already working on that. Let's get a 6th shack built. And that's under construction. Let's do simple meals. We don't really have much for mushrooms. Are they available this season? They are. Okay. So that's going to help. Let's turn on mushroom soup, I guess. And yeah, we have the workers to spare that. We don't have the mushrooms to spare that, so maybe just 2 of those right now. Here, we don't... It's no longer winter. It's spring. I think firewood would have been more helpful earlier, but I still think making some firewood's probably not a bad idea. And I also think we probably could use another field camp to harvest some things, like perhaps all of this lumber here that's just kind of waiting to be harvested. Perhaps. There's no resources available for stone, okay. But on this one, lots of stone available still. Okay, that shack is built. Our lumber mills are built. Does that mean we've reached cycle 2? We have reached cycle 2, and that opens up these power grid, simple production plans, and community needs. Cemetery, tavern, compost yard, mead, organic waste. Interesting. Apiary, herbal tea, honey, tanned leather, small work hall. Power grid stuff, metalworking techniques. I think hunting is going to need to be the next thing. But we need, okay, to cost 20 iron ingots. So we do need to research this one first. It costs stone and lumber. We have everything for that. That requires ingots. This we could actually research as well. And we could do that as well, except for the fact that we don't have the knowledge for that. It looks like metalworking techniques is going to have to be our next research so that we can get into hunting, because we're going to need a source of food for when mushrooms aren't in season. That's my thought process there. I'm going to click on the overview again. We were looking at health. It's still very low. We are going up in food production. Looks like we are making all of our mushrooms right away. So maybe we have to lower that. Maybe we need another gathering camp for some mushrooms while they're still in season. That's getting far away, I feel. Let's go ahead and put them here though. Maybe we can grab some of those herbs too while we're at it. Development complete. Excellent. Okay. That's great news. Okay, go away though. We have some children and some adults. How long does it take for the children to... Okay, efficiency is 70 now with the regular morale, so that's cool. How long does it take for the children to grow up, I guess, is a question. I do feel like we can go up to at least medium. What are we producing per day right now? 62. So medium is reasonable. Actually, even regular is pretty reasonable, I feel. Basic tools. We don't really have them right now. They're probably going to yell at us because we're not meeting that distribution. But we don't have any. Sorry. Okay, so that was done. I think we can then, yep, we can put some iron miners to work here. Okay, so the smith is going to produce basic tools and wire. Consumes electricity while active. Okay, well, first thing we're going to need is the forge. Purifies and casts iron ingots and copper ingots. Okay, so our iron source is up here. So to me, it makes sense for me to put the forge up here. I don't know if I want it super close to the building for these shacks. Maybe that, I don't know if the forge like has a penalty for like desirability near it, possibly. I do feel like it's going to need that road. So we'll do that. Just feel like we are starting to run out. Let's not have it of workers. Does not have access to entertainment. No security services. No health services. They do have a house though. So wonderful. Make some iron ingots. Okay. Does seem like we don't have to wait for them to bring the iron to the forge. And I'm guessing since it like manages distribution. Oh, looks like we had a lightning strike and is not repairable. Well, I want to rebuild that soup kitchen. Quite frankly. We are going up on a few things. Where's our firewood at? I feel like if we click here, we'd see more. It just gets to be a lot to look at. Firewood's still not on the list there, it looks like, though. Or we don't have any. Might just not have any, or it's never on this list. Question mark? Papers here. Clay, clothes, rawhide, supply. I don't see firewood. Interesting. Um, we need windmills, 3 forges, and 2 small work halls. Interesting. Um, I do think the household depot that will help supply the firewood would be good to have because it distributes it. So yeah, we'll build one of those there. Not that we need it right now. It is spring still. I feel like it'd be nice to have. Herbal tea and tanned leather. Okay, consumes electricity. The forge consumes electricity, and we build the power lines automatically on the road, so I assume we needed the road. And it looks like the main hall produces 200, what is that, kilowatts? Yeah, 200 kilowatts. Or HPs if we're talking beavers. This other gathering camp way out here. Let's gather some herbs and some mushrooms, but man, we are running low on workers. I'm curious if we run out of workers. Does that just mean we can't construct things? I'm not sure. Looks like it doesn't have power and they're not happy about that, perhaps? Objective complete. Our distribution policies are in accord with our needs. Okay, so we kept our promise. Did we get anything good for doing that, or just not a negative for breaking our promise? What is it? Is that not connected to a road or something? But you are connected to a road. Lightning strike. Tool supply is low. What is that symbol? It looks like a road. Connected to road network. Why? I'm confused. Childbirth rate is normal. Okay. But I still don't know why that road symbol is appearing. Okay, it's gone on these ones, but still here. So like a road needs some maintenance or something, perhaps? Guaranteed fuel for firewood. Okay. This needs a resource to be selected. Gonna have to be mushroom meals. We have the iron ingots now that we can research hunting. I feel like we need to do that because I would like to get another source of food. New cycle. Okay, yeah, that happened a while ago, right? End of year one, workers working with iron. That stuff appeared pretty randomly considering it happened a while ago. Okay, and we can hunt now. I notice we have 48 now instead of 44, so I feel like some grew up, some children grew up, perhaps. Group of travelers appeared. Okay. Working with iron. What? Since we can now process metals, you can give us the means to make tools of our own. Okay, yeah, let's make some tools of our own. Oh. So I can change what's up here if I want. Haha. And I can make firewood up there. Okay. Interesting. I want to pause this. Okay, I zoomed in on those travelers. Here's my settlement over here. Okay. I don't know why that road symbol is there. I don't know. You got roads on 2 of your sides, and here's the door. It's facing a road. What is consuming our electricity right now? Is it this? Something's consuming the electricity. 90 of it. Shacks are consuming electricity. Okay, okay. Smith? make a smith there, and we'll see. It did highlight some of these, so I wonder if that meant it's going to be like decreasing the desirability or something, perhaps. And that's going to use some electricity too, but we accepted a quest to produce basic tools. Editing UI elements. Oh! Yeah. And this, after the settings gameplay, you can just drag all of that stuff wherever you want. Okay. Very handy. A scout from another land. Greetings, Chief. We are representatives from a small community. Our expeditions led us to your settlement, and we were delighted to see such an advanced community here. We would like to barter with you and turn this acquaintance into a trade partnership in these challenging times. Every link between those who have goods to spare is a boon. What do you say? Sure, we'd be happy to. I'm not teaching anybody anything new about this game that they didn't already know because, full storage. Because I don't know anything about this game, but I'm having fun with this game so far. I think it could be an interesting addition to the channel. Maybe we change this one to be fried meat. What's the problem here? Do we not have the mushrooms? An exclamation point. Exclamation point's gone, whatever it was. I guess it's not actually making a different type of food because it's still a simple meal with the fried meat. Smith construction's done. We can either make tools or wire. Don't have the stuff for wire. Well, we want to make tools anyway. Not enough workers. Okay. Well, during the summer, we don't need a whole lot of firewood, I'm willing to bet. I still don't know what those exclamation points are. I just don't know if we need free, like, open labor or not. Well, let's make some tools, I guess. Producing, how much did it say a day? 14 a day? Okay. Moving forward, upgrade the main hall. Chief, a community center made up of just a few tents doesn't feel very secure. Okay, let's make that happen. How do we upgrade the main hall? Oh, provide 20 stone. Okay, we got it. And then we click it and it upgrades. Sure. Strangers, a group of strangers. They'd like to join us? Yes, we're short workers. Merchant has arrived. Start trade. This is what we have. That's what they have. Don't have a whole lot of stuff. What if I just want to do one trade? Okay, so offer value, it's the same. And I wonder if they'll get like reputation with us at all or start to like us. We said we would agree to trade, so I just wanted to trade something there. Let's assign more of these workers that now that we have more. There. And even over here, I think we can afford some. Okay. That seems good to me. We do seem a little low on the iron ore. I clicked gathering camp instead of field camp. So I think another field camp is going to be useful for iron specifically. We got a lot of stone. We could probably lower the workforce at the stone cutter. Water is life, Chief. We need better access to it. Consumption. Ooh. Way higher. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and click here and change that distribution back to regular. Feel like we need it, unfortunately. Let's build some more wells. Okay, those water sources are already tapped into. If we use that water source, maybe another well. Is there another water source? There is. Let's try that one. Holy crap. We're at an hour long. That's probably a good enough place to stop for now. Let me know how you enjoyed this. And again, let me know if you would like me to go into games blind like this, or if you'd like me to do a little research first. Maybe we do something like my first playthrough is completely blind, or first episode is completely blind. And then maybe I kind of look up some guides and tips and, not suck at the game. I'm not sure. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you thought of this game. New Cycle. I'm having fun. It's always nice to try something new. I'm not abandoning the Timberborn playthroughs, and they're not. This will not slow down their releases. It shouldn't. That's my plan. That's my hope anyway. I do want to wrap up some of those Timberborn series. I also want to start. Before I had every single series that I started, even between different games, add up to different series. Like I'm like up to 8 on Timberborn because of some Mind Over Magic and Wandering Village playthroughs. I think I'm going to change that policy and have each series number specific to the game. So this will be series 1 of the new cycle. It's my plan. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought. If you want to see more of this game, I'm still going to give it a little bit more go. I'm having fun. Hopefully you're having fun watching it. And I will see you guys next time.